Oh, why hello there, my young child. How are you? How's it going?
Hi, Grandpa. I want to hear a story about steel.
You want to hear a story about steel? Well, you are in for a treat. You and our wonderful audience. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be discussing the wonderful story of how me, the great Andrew Carnegie, revolutionized the steel industry and made a fortune as well.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, and this is Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh, and welcome to History Exposed.
Today's a special segment called History Untold, where we're going to talk about some of the things you don't always learn in textbooks. Josh, what are we talking about today?
Well, Jonathan, have you ever wondered how mysterious skyscrapers stay standing even though there's such strong wind? Or perhaps giant bridges such as the Golden Gate Bridge. How are they staying standing? Well, it's all thanks to a little not-so-famous process of mass-producing steel beams.
Steel beams? Are you serious?
Yes, completely serious. Well, let's go to our handy-dandy textbook to page 1856.
Hey, I'm Val, and I'm from History Exposed. I'm currently in Charlton, Hertfordshire, England, Sir Bessemer's birthplace. In fact, I'm actually here with him now.
Well, hello there. My name is Henry Bessemer. Thank you so much for having me, Valerie.
Some of you might or might not know, but Bessemer is an inventor and an engineer who developed the first process for manufacturing steel inexpensively. Or y'all might know his father, who invented the process of making gold chains. Can you please tell us more about this Bessemer process?
Of course I can. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. The key principle in my whole process is the removal of the impurities of the iron through oxidation, with air being blown through the then molten iron. The oxidation also raises the temperature of the iron mass, which keeps it molten. This makes it easy to fill it into shaped molds such as eye-shaped beams or, other such shapes.
Sounds familiar to the method used during the Chinese Song Dynasty. They innovated a partial decarbonization method of repeating forging of cast iron under a cold blast to create a reinforced version of iron. Except, I guess your end product was just better.
Well, I don't know anything about the Chinese, but that does sound like my work. However, I guess my work is more focused on getting stronger metals for construction rather than getting high amounts of production, but I don't know.
So Henry, what do you think the future holds for steel?
Well, I believe that in the future, steel will revolutionize everything if done correctly. Mass production of steel can essentially replace timber and iron in construction, which will allow for stronger and sturdier buildings for people to live in. Wait, who are you, and how do you know so much about my life?
Thanks, Sir Henry. Back to you, J Square.
You can see Bessemer is to thank for the actual invention of steel, but all the credit must go to Andrew Carnegie for revolutionizing and coming up with the process to mass produce steel beams.
Wait, you're telling me that this Sir Henry Bessemer guy created the whole process, but he doesn't even get credit for it?
Yes, sadly, the credit goes to the inspiring mind of Andrew Carnegie, the one and only.
Who is this Andrew Carnegie guy anyway? Why is he stealing all this credit? Doesn't seem fair.
Well, besides the fact that Bessemer has been dead for over a century, you have to give credit to Carnegie for coming up with the idea of actually mass producing it. Ding dong, Jimmy Jones! You ordered Jimmy Jones?
I didn't order Jimmy John's, I'm starving. I'm down for Jimmy John's.
I heard somebody say my name. Hi, I'm Andrew Carnegie. You probably know me from Carnegie Steel Company, or from your history class, or from my philanthropic efforts, or maybe all of my libraries, or if you attend my Carnegie Corporation in New York, or if you turn Carnegie Mellon University, or the Carnegie Institution for Science. You might recognize me from the Carnegie Hero Fund, or my Carnegie Trust, or the Universities of Scotland. Go Scottish. Oh, or being one of the richest Americans in history, at least at my time. Maybe Donald Trump's got me beat now. Anyway, you heard these gentlemen correctly. I didn't create the process. However, my entrepreneurial skills and many connections is what makes me so well known for revolutionizing the steel industry. By applying my knowledge of vertical integration to Bessemer's process of rapidly producing steel, I was able to transform the entire nation of constructing first railroads and later on buildings and even skyscrapers. So pretty much I'm kind of the revolutionist of the entire steel thing, and I don't think
Wait, who are you?
huh?
Why are you in our studio?
What I'm
Get out!
what I was
You not
talking
know
to the,
anything about private
I was
property.
talking-
Jeez.
I had my moment.
Like isn't 60 minutes, people.
Like I was saying earlier. So how is all this really relevant to us today? I mean, these guys have been dead for so long, and besides, it's steel beams. Like, why aren't we talking about the history of iPhones or something?
Well, that's a really good question. Even though people may not see it, steel beams revolutionize urbanization beyond anybody's understanding. The way cities are built today, even transportation to get from one town to another, people just don't think about it. But these bad boys, steel beams, are almost everywhere.
And I guess now that I think about it, I do see these giant eye-shaped beams under the highways and on bridges and everywhere. I guess I really never thought of the actual importance of this, such a specific thing.
Well, they're very important, I'm telling you. Don't believe me? See for yourself.
See for yourself.
Hi, my name is Neha, and I am the head overseer of this construction site. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about just how important steel and steel beams are to such common things today. This is how steel is used in constructing a boat. Do you see the steel beams going into place here? And now construction vehicles here and here. Tall buildings, the frames are made of steel to keep them sturdy, unlike houses in the suburbs. Boats, the frames, the rudders, almost everything is entirely made out of steel. And now here is a video to show how steel is made.
And its technical highlight, the tandem reversing group with universal roughing stand, flange edging stand, and universal finishing stand. CCS mill stands in compact, narrow window design, with fully hydraulic, screw down and gap control in the comprehensive TCS, the Technological Control System. TCS, developed by SMS Meyer, comprises the following: a structured multi-computer system and software with specific functional know-how of section rolling. In virtually all sections, the as-rolled length is greater than the cooling bed length. The beams are rolled at high mill speeds and in large lengths in accordance with the patented XH rolling method. A new feature at the drive side, pinion stands incorporating gear ratio reduction. Powered by synchronous motors with the latest converter technology. The improved control dynamics of the drives, along with reliable control of the reversing movements and initial pass impacts, decisively reduce the effort required for power factor compensation. For automatic quick change, the used rolls and guides are moved out of the line together with the operator side mill housings. Side shifting on a platform. And the mill housings moving in together with the new setups ready for rolling.
Steel beams and railroads. High railroad bridges in North America are typically made out of steel beams or timber. The use of high railroad bridges have allowed for trains to cross over rivers, canyons, ridges, and other natural obstacles that might appear. Railroads are made out of steel beams because of how long steel is usable and how sturdy it is. Since trains are traveling very fast and are very heavy, normal wood would break and other metals are either not sturdy enough or are too expensive to mass produce enough to stretch across the country. The possibilities are endless. Thanks, J Squared. Now back to you.
Thanks, Neha. It's so cool to see how steel beams are used presently today, and so many people just don't even realize it.
Wait, so are there like steel beams in the studio we're in right now? 'Cause that's like pretty cool considering that's what we just talked about.
Yeah, there are. Even outside in construction over there, they're using steel beams.
It's nice.
Pretty cool stuff. Want to hear a joke?
I guess.
What do steel workers do at a casino?
What?
They best some more. Yeah.
You want to hear a joke?
Yeah.
What type of beams do robbers want most?
I don't know.
The steel ones.
How much steel would Carnegie steal if Carnegie could steal steel?
Okay, that's not even a joke. But Carnegie would steal as much steel as he could steal if Carnegie could steal steel.
Alright, how do you get serious steel? You melt away the irony.
What type of, no.
No,
Does Andrew Carnegie use public transportation?
I don't know.
No, he prefers his Carnegie.
Alright. Jet fuel and a steel beam walk into a bar. Steel beam asks, "Can you melt me a beer?"
Alright, I think that's enough.
Now for some fun facts about steel.
More than 600 steel cans are recycled every second in the United States.
Hi, did you know that 2/3 of all canned packaging is made out of steel?
The United States is the third leading producer of steel behind Japan and China.
Because steel and iron expand when heated, the Eiffel Tower is 6 inches taller in the summer than in the winter.
Did you know that the steel industry currently employs over 2 million people worldwide, and it's still growing today?
Unlike any other material in the world, steel can be recycled without any loss in quality.
Steel doors are fireproof and they can provide 10 times more protection from intruders than wood doors.
Did you know that recycling steel can save the equivalent amount of energy to power up to 18 million homes per year? And also, the recycling process of steel does not lose any of the steel's strength, and so you can recycle it infinitely.
Did you know that in order to prevent rusting, steel often goes through a process known as galvanization, which coats the steel with zinc? And in case you didn't understand me, we'll iron out the details a little later. And now it's time for our very interactive audience game, Is It Steel or Not? We will be asking a question of one of the many objects out here, and your job as the audience is to answer. All right, here we go. Hey Val, is this steel?
How about this tree? Is it steel?
Or maybe is these rocks over here, are they steel?
How about that trash can?
Or maybe any of these cars, what are they made of?
It's so cool to see how steel beams are presently used today. So many people never even realize it.
So there are like steel beams in the studio we're in right now?
Yeah. There, almost everywhere.
It's pretty cool to think about considering that's what we just talked about.
Well, that is why we came here today to discuss the mass production of steel beams and how they are used in our country today.
Thanks everyone for tuning in on this episode of
History Exposed.